It's the end of the 2018 Landscapes for Life conference. How do you think it went this year?
I think it's been brilliant. We've had really good feedback from delegates that have now just left. It's the first time we've had delegates, as far as I'm aware, from abroad coming here. It's the first time we've run a conference with in closer collaboration with other organisations such as the Landscape Institute. So we've had fantastic field trips in a fantastic place with some really interesting and challenging speakers. But we've also had some really useful practical suggestions of how we might deliver better and help deliver our purpose in a more effective way from a very grounds up, sort of bottom up perspective.
What do you think the review of designated landscapes may come up with?
Okay, well, I think that the way the review operates is in many ways down to our response to the review. I think we've got to look at the review within the context of the wider environmental issues, social and economic issues. I mean, next year we will be leaving the European Union. That will have an impact. Whatever trade agreement is entered into will have an impact on how agriculture functions in this country, and that will have a knock-on impact on how the landscape looks. So there'll be a direct link between any trade agreement and the way that we do our job. So that review, the current review of designated landscapes, must be looked at within the context of our role in supporting land managers post-Brexit. So in answer to your question, I think there's a huge opportunity for designated landscapes, AONBs, to really up their game. There's a real opportunity to look at some of the challenges that we face and address them. Some of these challenges have been lingering around for a long time and we haven't actually managed to address them properly. So I think the review seems open enough, the terms of reference are wide enough to allow us to explore all the issues that we need to explore, many of which have been discussed for quite a long time, and actually position ourselves in a much better place to deliver for society going forwards.
I'll give you a moment to think about my next question, but if you were to give a single message to the AONBs, possibly AONBs that were unable to attend this year's conference, what would it be? I
think we will benefit from being relatively disciplined around a set of core asks. Let's not forget this is a government review. It's an independent review, but it reports to full government. It's not just DEFRA that we're speaking to in this. And in order to get the best out of the review, I think we really need to be quite disciplined in what it is we're asking for and ensure that those messages that come from the AONB family are relatively consistent. Now, there will be outliers on each side of that message that have a particular issue around something that's relevant to their area, but we need to really come together around a set of simple core messages. And I think in relation to the specifics of the review, I think we should be looking at some big, bold asks to take us forward, coupled with some quite sort of easier to deliver practical solutions to some of the problems that we face.
Well, thank you, Howard Davies, Chief Executive of the National Association for AONBs, and have a safe journey.
Thank you very much.